my review of The Interview. The Interview is directed by Evan Goldberg. Seth Rogen. It stars James Franco, Seth Rogen, Lizzie Kaplan, and a bunch of other very talented actors and actresses. Now, the premise of this movie follows the story of two particular characters, one played by James Franco, the other one by Seth Rogen. James Franco plays a character named Dave Skylark. He plays a host of a very popular talk show. It's like a tabloid talk show. And then Seth Rogen plays another character named Aaron, who is the producer of this said show. What ends up happening is that Seth Rogen's character feels like he's not really doing anything very important with this talk show. Like, he really wanted to go into journalism and, you know, report really important news, but here he is on this TV show producing it, which is basically about nothing but celebrity garbage and gossip and all that stuff. So what ends up happening is that James Franco's character then finds out that the dictator of North Korea, Kim Jong-un, is a big fan of their show, and because of that they end up getting an interview with him, and because of that the CIA then hires them to then go and kill the leader of North Korea. And basically this is everything you see from the trailer of this movie. Now, going into this film, I went with pretty high expectations because I've been wanting to see this movie for a very long time. Before the whole hoopla with the hacking and North Korea not wanting, you know, people to see this movie, simply because Lizzie Kaplan was in it. And it was awesome to see that Lizzie Kaplan was in a movie with Seth Rogen and James Franco. Was basically a freaking geeks reunion, and just that simple thing, and just me enjoying movies with Seth Rogen and James Franco together, because thus far all the movies they've done together have been freaking hilarious. So going in with high expectations, I have to say I was slightly disappointed with the movie. Now, there's a lot of aspects in this movie that were good, but there were a lot of aspects in this movie that were just absolutely just fell flat for me. I mean, there was great comedic moments, but there were a lot of not so great comedic moments, and just moments throughout the whole movie that I just felt like were unnecessary, and they were just put there for cheap laughs, and they just did not make me laugh. Now, the good thing about this movie is that the funny moments are funny. There are moments where you are going to find yourself repeating these quotes from this movie to your friends, and during situation when these quotes apply. There's a lot of moments in this movie that has that, and that's what I absolutely enjoyed about this movie. But again, there wasn't enough of that to justify the whole movie as a great film for me personally. I personally enjoyed it, but I was slightly, if not greatly, disappointed with it because I was expecting a lot more from it, because after coming off of Neighbors and This Is the End, which were two very funny movies for me personally, and then going into this movie and not finding it as funny as those two films was disappointing. And also, Lizzie Kaplan was hardly in the film. Like, they didn't utilize her as much as I think they could have used her, which was unfortunate because she's a really, really funny actress. And yes, she had some kind of somewhat funny moments in the movie. There were some moments with her that just fell completely flat, which was really unfortunate because normally she's a really funny actress, and it was really unfortunate to have her have these certain scenes where I personally just did not find her to be funny, which is a rare thing for me to not find Lizzie Kaplan to be funny in a movie. And the other thing that I didn't like about the movie is, like, this movie is literally about them killing the dictator of North Korea, Kim Jong-un, and that is like a really touchy subject in itself. And I was hoping with this movie they would, you know, show more of North Korea and all the messed up things those people do to the civilians of North Korea. Like, I was hoping they would highlight more of the stuff that they do in North Korea that's just absolutely disgusting and wrong when it comes to the people of North Korea. Like, highlight more of why it justifies why these guys should kill Kim Jong-un when it comes to the way he treats his people. And I felt like the movie did not highlight that enough to really justify why this man should be killed, aside from telling us, the audience, that he's a bad guy. I mean, if you're not educated on North Korea or who this guy is and how he treats his people, you would just see it as, okay, these guys are just gonna kill him. I guess I was hoping a little bit more of a political tone to the overall movie and a little bit more highlighting of North Korea as just the country that it is. So overall, I'll definitely recommend this movie to anybody who had any remote interest in seeing it. If you're a fan of Seth Rogen and James Franco like team up when it comes to their movies, check it out, because there are moments in this movie that you will enjoy if you do enjoy, you know, their team ups in previous movies. There's moments in this movie that really works between them too. If you never liked Seth Rogen or James Franco in comedy, there is no remote chance that you're gonna like this movie, because there is the same typical, like, you know, Seth Rogen, James Franco, buddy type of comedy in this movie, and just overall comedy throughout this whole film that, again, does work. And then for me, some of it just did not work. So that is my review of The Interview. Thank you for watching, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. Into the Wood is directed by Rob Marshall. It stars Meryl Streep, Emily Blunt, Chris Pine, Anna Kendrick, and a bunch of other very talented actors and actresses. Now, the premise of this movie follows the story of a baker and his wife. His wife is played by Emily Blunt, and there's a curse put on them by Meryl Streep's character, who is a witch. And to break this curse, the baker and his wife have to go off and find these